Hey guys, welcome back to Code Streak Daily. I know it's been a long gap between making videos, and today I got a special milestone. So I'm going to achieve the 100 days on Geeks for Geeks. It's gonna be a 100 days journey on Geeks for Geeks, and there were some preparation going on for me, so I was not able to make the videos and upload it on YouTube. So let's make this milestone memorable. So today is going to be the 100th day on Geeks for Geeks. So let's see the problem of the day. It's a majority element too. I guess we have solved this problem actually. So let's see the problem once to make sure if we have solved it or not. So here we have an array integer where each number represents a vote to a candidate. Return the candidate that have votes greater than one third of the total votes. If there's not a majority candidate, we have to return an empty array. Note the answer should be written in an increasing format. Okay, so I guess we have already done this problem. I think you have this video already on the YouTube, but let's do that again. It's not an issue. Here we have an array with elements 2, 5, sorry, 2, 1, 5, 5, 5, 5, and 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. So 5 and 6 occur more than n by 3 times. Okay, so I guess n will be the length of the array. So here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 and 11. So 11 by 3 makes us like a 3 point something. So if any candidate having more than 3 votes, so we have to return it in the array. So here we have another array 1 2 3 4 5, and there is an empty array as an output because no candidate occur more than n by 3 times. It's okay. I think previously we have solved this problem using the Boyer-Moore algorithm, so which is efficient. So let's try to solve it again in that way only. Okay, so now we'll use the Boyer-Moore voting algorithm. It works in two passes. Okay, we have to find potential majority candidates, then we have to verify the candidates by counting their occurrences, because here we have a condition that the votes have to be greater than one third of the total votes. Okay, so here we are going to define two variables. I'm going to define two variables, candidate 1 and candidate 2. So I'm initializing them with none and none. Okay, so I have another two variables, count1 and count2, where I'm initializing them with 0 and 0. Okay, so candidate 1 and candidate 2 will be the candidates for votes, and count1 and count2 will be their respective counts. Okay, now we have to identify the potential candidates. We have to loop through the array and use following rules. Okay, I'll tell you. If the current number matches candidate 1, then we have to increase count 1. Or if it matches candidate 2, we have to increment count 2. If count 1 or count 2 is 0, then we have to set the current number as the new candidate and reset its count to 1. Okay, so for num in array, if candidate 1 is equals to num, in that case what we have to do, we have to increment the count by 1. Okay, else if candidate 2 is equals to num, in that case we have to, oh, it's count 1, right? We have to increment count 2 by 1, and we also have to check if count 1 is 0. Count 1 is 0, then we have to make candidate 1 and count 1 as num and 1. Otherwise, what do you have to check? Count 2 is 0. In that case, we have to make candidate 2 and count 2 as num and 1. If all of the above conditions are false, then we have to just decrement the count values by 1. Count 1 and count 2, we are just decrementing them by 1. Okay, so next we have to verify the candidates. We have to reset the count 1 and count 2 to 0. Then again we have to loop through the array again to count the actual occurrences of candidate 1 and candidate 2. Okay, so count to 1 and count to 2 are reset to 0 here. Next we have to loop through the array again. What we have to check here, if num equals to candidate 1, we have to increment the count1 value by 1. Otherwise num equals to candidate 2, in that case we have to increment the count2 value by 1. What we have to do, we have to return the result, but we have a condition, right? We have to check if candidate 1 or candidate 2 appears more than n by 3 times. Okay, if yes, then we have to add them to the result, otherwise no. Okay, so we also need the value of n, right? So I'm going to take n equals to length of the array. All right, now we are going to take an empty list result. So we have to check if count1 is greater than n divided by 3. In that case, what we have to do, we have to append the value to the list. If count2 value is greater than n by 3, then result dot append candidate 2. We also have another condition, the answer should be written in an increasing format. So we are going to return sorted of result. So let's compile and run. Okay, there's a typo, line 25. Yeah, here we have a typo. Now let's check. Yeah, our output is matching with the expected output. Now let me submit the code. Yes, we have an additional 8 gig bits. That's okay. As you see, you get marks only for the first correct submission if you solve this problem without doing the full solution. That means we have already submitted the solution previously. Let's check the submissions here. Yeah, as you can see here, 2011-2024 is today's date, and we have solved this problem on 3rd October 2024. Okay, like it was 1 month ago or 40 days ago. So we have solved that problem. That's why we haven't been awarded with any score or points. But however, we have solved this problem, and I have hit. I'll show you. I'm gonna celebrate this actually. I'm going to celebrate this actually because this is going to be my 100 days of code, 100 days of practice on the Geeks for Geeks. You can see here, this is my 100 days journey. So this is how we have solved the problem and milestone achieved for me. And I hope you guys also need to achieve few of the milestones like this in your coding journey. So see you in the next video, guys. Until then, keep streaking.